All right, everybody, it's time. This is gonna sound really odd, but I feel like as of right this minute, I now own the car. I've had it for 2 months. It's been sitting, I've been moving it around, it's been sitting outside, I've been going back and forth from place to place, but now it's time to take ownership of my GT4 RS. This is my car, this isn't a giveaway car, this isn't something I'm planning to sell anytime soon, but what I'm gonna do here today is I'm gonna do the decon to get the car set up for me. It's a Porsche, and when you get a Porsche from the factory, they're always jacked up. So this is 2025 4RS, Decon Package, Arctic Gray. I did the magnesium and blue wheels, which is a little wild for me. But I've got to do a bunch of stuff to the car, and the first step for me is always getting it prepped and decon. I'm gonna PPF the whole thing. So let's get started. I'm gonna move the car into position here. It's 92 degrees outside today, so I'm gonna crank up the air conditioning and wash it in the garage here. The water will run out under the Swiss tracks. But let's get started and take ownership together, you and me together, which is very appropriate of the GT4 RS. Oh no. Well, we're gonna have to do this some other day. I don't have a battery sitting around. 12 volts.
It's making some clicky noises under the dash now. Oh, it's getting 12 volts.
There you go. So you guys are getting a little extra bonus footage here. What you do when your Porsche don't start. First thing I'll be doing tonight is ordering me a $1,000 anti-gravity. I never have to worry about this. This cable's kind of heavy. You know what I should do? I'm gonna still do a little product placement here for you, Mike. So we have these in the store. These things are pretty sweet. This goes here on your charging cord. And then the cool thing about these things, you can pop them off and wash them as they get funky, dirty from dragging it around. They make one specifically for chargers, but because this cable is so thick, I'm actually using the one for the air hose, which is a little bit larger diameter. And I'm setting it up here so that way it won't damage my paint. So now, check out how nice this is. Now when it contacts my car, I don't have to worry about it. Common misconception is that you buy a brand new car off the quote unquote showroom. In this case, I asked the dealership, don't wash it, don't touch it. The more dirt it comes with, the better, because that means that no one messed with it. So these cars ship with a big wrap on it. They have to pull the wrap off the dealership just to make sure there's no dents or dings or damage. But other than that, my friends at Porsche Wilmington didn't touch the car. Now I'm going to spend weeks, dozens of hours getting this thing to my spec. So I'm gonna go through an intensive process. Wheels will come off, paint will get corrected, windows will get tinted, coating, protection, layers of stuff. There's gonna be a lot of work that goes into this. And I enjoy that process, so don't get me wrong. It's a lot of work, but it's work that I like doing, and so we're gonna go through that process here on this car. All right, so while the battery's getting a little juice here, we're gonna start the car up and move it. I wanna get all my stuff out. Let me get this out of the way. Have you guys seen this thing yet? I'm purposely not opening it, so I'm gonna open it on camera with you. I have the prototype down here somewhere. So this is the working prototype I've been using and I'm in love with. But this is the T4500. And this guy has been a workhorse for me. You can see I've been using it a bunch. And so we're gonna do touchless dual Krenzla. So I need about 380, I didn't write it on this one. I need 380 milliliters in my 1,000 milliliter solution. I wanna go full 2% strength because I wanna get this thing dialed and clean. We're gonna need some Decon soap, RX clay lube, Rag Company clay sponge. So just mix it up a little bit. So you don't need to, actually Pete recommends that you use this at 0.5% panel impact ratio. I like to use it, especially in a case like this where I'm gonna decon, I'm gonna use it at full strength, which would be at 2%. I'm gonna do 150 mils of Decon soap. We got that. Let's go fill this up. This is my favorite part of the whole wash, is getting all my stuff prepped. I find it to be fun. Okay, so we got these two guys. Let's get our iron remover out as well. Okay, good to go, good to go. So to all my Canadian brothers out there and sisters, a few of you, the Built Timber Traceless, Touchless are both live. So I know, it seems pretty simple. Why don't we just have every product in Canada like tomorrow? Well, I've got to buy all this inventory and I got to send it up there. So we're having to do it slowly. So tire dressing, Decon soap, traceless, touchless. Press-alls are up there too, I believe now. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, drying aid, and then the pressure washer packages or solutions. Pretty soon we'll have a la carte pressure washing, but give us a little time. We gotta get there. Man, this is gonna feel so good to get this car dialed in and just have it. My Tesla's coming in a couple of weeks. I'm telling you people, I can feel it. I'm in solidly staying in ketosis. I read this book. Well, I listened to this book. Michelle yells at me. She's like, "You don't read?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry." I listened to this book, Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. And talks about there's some evidence of staying in ketosis at all times, especially in prolonged periods, like over months and months, that maybe my brain will get fixed and I'm going to be able to drive this puppy down the road. I'm confident. Another big announcement, we're going to make another big garage at HQ. So we have the entryway garage, this garage, we're going to have the garage at the design studio, but in the next couple of weeks we're going to build it's going to be 28 by 48. So I'm taking a section of the original section I was planning on doing, and we're going to put a Nussbaum 2-post, recessed Nussbaum scissor lift, Sonic MSS Plus. So we have our Rousseaus here, MSS Plus there, MSS, the new MSS that's coming. It's going to be sick. Just wait. All right, let me turn this thing on, move it around a little bit. All right, here we go. 14.8 miles on this sucker. That makes me happy. Whew. It's time to make it mine. Let's go. So coming soon here, we're gonna put the new ARs, we're gonna put them in place, test out dual AR setup. See what it's like. The new AR is pretty sweet. I think we're sold out, aren't we? We're sold out, but we have another batch coming in September, or we have a few left. So if you want one of those ARs, you better buy it because they're going to be out of stock for the foreseeable future. So turn my water on. Go to deionized water. It's getting close for me to time to change the resin. Run the air through. Gosh, it's been such a long time since I've washed something. So we'll do this real quick, and we'll pre-clean the wheels and tires, and then we'll clean the wheels and tires like we would. Okay, look at how good Built Timber does on the tires, man. It's pretty sick. So dwell time, so 2% PIR, 2% dilution or panel impact ratio, and then about 5 minutes of dwell time, and then just spray it off. But what I'm gonna do, a little bonus cleanage here. So I have not washed this car. Could you imagine? Imagine how much my life has gotten crazy. I've had this car for 2 months and I haven't touched it. Just been sitting here. But I needed to do that in order to get to where I'm at, to be able to free up the capacity, get my garage dialed, get the Amiras dialed, so that now I can enjoy this process. That's a nice little pre-treat, little pre-cleanse. All right, so let's spray these off, and then let's clean the wheels. All right. I tell you what, though, it is a real enjoyable step. If you're going to add another step like this, it's not a bad one to add, because it's not really a lot of work. Just take an extra 5 or 10 minutes. Hit these guys with some Decon or Brake Buster. And this is a bit of a, I think what I'm going to do, the reason why I'm cleaning the wheels now and normally wouldn't, I normally wait till I take them off, is that I'm going to, it's going to be kind of tight for our Incredibrush, let's see. I'm going to send the car down to Next Armor to Kevin, and so I'm going to wait to coat the wheels and do the full wheel thingy until after the PPF's done, because they get water all over the place and to do the PPF. So I don't know about my magnesium blue wild choice here, but we'll see.
It looks good with the cabinets, actually.
I got some matching deep sea blue with our sapphire, is it Midnight Sapphire? Oh, I forget. I got to get the cabinet color name. I forget what it is. Yeah. Got to do this. So this is Shine Supply Wise Guy diluted 50-50. So it's 50% water, 50% Wise Guy. This is what I would use. This is like my sledgehammer rubber cleaner. Detail Factory brush. Now I'll still follow this up with some Stoners, but new fresh tires. Unfortunately, I got some Dunlops. The Dunlops are a nice looking tire. I love satin wheels. This is the best way to be. All right, this is my new favorite part of the process, which is the touchless pre-cleanser step. For those of you who've been around a long time know that I was adamantly against, like, what's the point of doing a snow foam? Part of that was I don't want to attack and break down my protection layer that I worked so hard to build, to put on the car after all the paint correction and then putting the coating or wax. At the time it was wax. Well, now that modern coatings are much more chemically resistant, combined with products like Built Timber that has been scientifically tested, proven, developed to not degrade the surface, what ends up happening is I end up with a much better, less contaminated, much longer lasting coating experience because when I keep the car sort of pre-cleansed, I tend to have less buildup of contaminants, and I also have to touch the car a little less, at least touch the car less with dirty, with dirt on the surface. So it's best to put it on dry, so I'm not rinsing the car. So I'm going to put this on with the car somewhat dry, other than the overspray from the wheels. We're going to put it on 2% PIR, which we have some videos. Also, if you go to the Obsessed Garage website, it tells you all about how to do it, and there's a panel impact ratio calculator there. I would urge you to be careful if you don't know how your car is going to react to something like 2%. do 0.5% or 1%, kind of work your way up. So let's foam this thing up, let it sit, and let it do its magic. If I said it once, I'll say it again. Paint the surface. Don't do this like, get your brain organized here. Get everything covered. Take your time. Looks good. All right, so that's working its magic. Now, the car will do better if you were doing this on a coated car, you know, then I find that it gets it like 90% clean, 85% clean. Here, you can see it parking itself on the surface. There's a lot of surface contamination. The car came dirty, sat out in the sun a bunch while we were building the garage and working on the Amira, working on the Raptor, and so working on the GT3 RS, working on every car but this one, working on my M3. Actually, no, the M3 was already fixed before I got this thing. But this arrived the same week as the 2 Amiras that I'd accidentally ordered. So I knew that this car was long-term for me, and so I knew that I wanted to enjoy this process, and so this is the first day, and I can't tell you how long. I don't have an appointment scheduled. The only thing I had was my Rogue Fitness stuff got delivered, but now I can, you know, do this wash process, do this decon process without any baggage. See, when it turns a little yellowish, that's when you know that it's moving, you know, attacking some dirt. Our other container is on the way, so we will hopefully not run out of stock. We'll have this in stock in perpetuity is my goal. So good. Like, if you haven't bought this yet, you gotta be freaking crazy. So see how it's starting to dry a little bit here? So that means let's go. Let's get this thing rinse-a-rood. I don't ever have that drying with my coated car, the PPF and coated car. I love this color. It's gonna be so good. I like simple pastel looking colors like this. Okay, so let's decon soap it. This is where the Decon soap really shines on a non-coated, non-protected, dirty car. Because it's so slick, it makes the washing process way better. So when you get a new car like this, you know, your dealership generally is gonna prep it, right? And they'll get it clean. They'll kind of shine it up a little bit. It's just that it's not their expertise. So if I were you, I would start, especially if you're gonna start buying cars at this level, or, you know, even if it's not this level and it's a car you just love and you wanna love, I would urge you to start digging into this technique. You can steal my process if you want. You know, that's what I built the whole darn website about, and teach people how to do this, get the right products to do it, or get products that I prefer the most to do this. And so I would urge you to consider starting to dig into a process like this, and then ask your dealership not to mess with the car. Now comes the best part. There's a lot of best parts apparently. The best part is now starting to learn and understand the car. Now I've had a GT4 before, but I haven't had a GT4 RS. And so things like the wing and, you know, where does water sit? You know, what little idiosyncrasies does this car have that I'll learn, like the, you know, side intakes and the wash process. And over time, I'll develop better practices for this specific model and car. I don't know yet, but I think this one is going to be like the one. What do you think, Shelly? You're in.
Every time you said this car's the one.
Dang, that wing is freaking stout. It's not moving. I like that I opted for the painted. I don't care so much about this back here, but having the hood carbon broken up a little bit, I like it. Do they cut the grass 7 days a week here? Every time we're making a video, they're cutting the grass across the street. It's gonna be sick. OGHQ, we're gonna have a boom pole, lifts. I wonder if this garage is gonna become chopped liver here. But we kind of knew this served its purpose, that we needed a place to do what we're doing. I got a video coming out I think you guys are gonna like. I ordered every single quick jack. The video doesn't exist. I was trying to figure out which one to get. I have to admit that I need some quick jacks for my garage here. And we have a video coming where I think they just arrived this week, but I don't know which one. I'm like, well, which one? So then I started looking for videos, and there's no video. So I called up my buddies at BenPack and said, hey, I know I've talked a lot of trash on these things, but I think I need one. And so how about this? How about I get every one of them, and then we figure out which is the one I want. They love the idea. So, shoot. We're gonna figure it out. This is how you know I'm being patient. Get on a stool, take my time, get in here and clean this up. Can I pull this off right now? This badge is coming off. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna lose your crap. All you Porsche nerds that are never gonna have a Porsche get all bent out of shape about me pulling the sticker off. Man, this thing was dirty. It's gonna be way worse. Yeah, I think you're better off not touching the thing until you're ready to do it right. You know, I'd rather have some surface level dirt on it than to go scratch it up and mess with it too much before you can do a proper cleaning. Seems so weird that this car's been sitting here. It was like somebody else's car, and now it's mine. Okay. It's weird. It's not like getting all misty in here as much as it normally does. Maybe because it's so hot outside, I guess. Okay, so now we're gonna do P&S. I gotta get the build amber stuff. Let's spray a little Tarex on this here. Now that the car's clean. Let's get this off. And notice that, and then this. This has been sitting in a bottle for like 4 months now. And Tarex is fine in this new Press All Pro series. Now, I won't do this with the paint, but on the glass I can do that. It's pretty good. Okay, that's the only sticky stuff I noticed. These guys are awesome. You need a couple of these in your life. I think this is iron remover. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stink up my garage here. So this again is P&S Iron Buster. We have Carousel, Surfex, Review, all the other Built Timber products coming in here very soon, within weeks. I know the container's on the water, so. I still have never charged this bottle. Watch, the battery will die now. I use this thing like 10 times like this on a single charge. It's so much better to me than a pump sprayer. It's way simpler. I don't see any. A little bit right there. Oh, there's some. Good thing we did this. A little bit. Couple little spots. Wasn't a wasted effort. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, what this is doing is this is chemically breaking down the ferrous metal, the iron that has lodged itself on the surface of the clear coat. And what you don't want is that dislodging itself when you're polishing. You don't want to have to, you don't want to get it lodged in your pads and have it scratch up the paint. All right, let's rinse-a-roo here. All right, final step outside of drying is to scrub it. Synthetic clay scrub it. Okay, so I've got McKee's N914, diluted 128:1 in here. These have already been used, but it's always good practice. There is some surface level contamination, so this isn't a waste. This is a necessary step to make sure that nothing is impeding our ability to polish and paint correct. Let's see, we're using a mild abrasive. We're attempting to limit the abrasiveness of it, but still get the job done with our lubrication. And the fact that this isn't a particularly aggressive rubberized material. But we're going to mar the surface. So I like to avoid doing this unless I'm planning to polish, which of course we are. right, so let's do our final rinse. And I'll blow it dry with the new Ego 880, which we have in stock. The 880 is sick. You want the 880 with the stubby. See how that works? Just goes right underneath the garage door. It's great. I'm getting smarter in my old age here, and then I actually get the hose set up instead of fighting it. Pull my hand back so I don't smack it off the face of my pressure washing solution here. And that, a little wipey swipey. Right as rain. Check out these bros. Final working prototypes of the cheap bottles for testing. 500s. Thousands are on the other side. Let's do our first modification here, and let's get that sticker off the window, and it'll make me feel a little better. Oh, buddy, don't do this to me. I want a quick payoff, not an hour-long payoff. Ugh. Ugh. Dang, that's a bad one. That's like as bad as it gets. Ugh. Thought I had it. I was looking for a quick payoff, but here, this will be a quick payoff. Do I need to explain this to people, or do they get it by now? I don't need a leash. I don't want to ever have this accidentally fall and smack my fender. So I cut the leash off. I would rather drop this on the ground and have to buy a new one of these than have to repaint my darn fender because I did something stupid. So that's the first modification done. Chopped. Boom. Done. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna dry this with drying aid, or with eraser, not drying aid. So we get like a double whammy. Eraser has a little bit of lubrication capabilities, thanks to the OG spec bro who told me that idea, never really thought of it. It's a genius idea, but I'll get the rest of this later. I'm gonna need to cover the dash and use a little bit of Tarex to get that off, but at least we're not seeing white. You know, let's just frickin' do it right now. It's gonna bother me. Let's hope I don't spend any time in this seat. Ever. Key is just get a little bit of Tarex on there. This is riveting content. Can you grab me the bottle of Traceless right there? It doesn't take me a half an hour to get out of this thing. A little bit of Built Timber Traceless. Shameless plug. All right, we got it for now. Okay, I can at least call that. We got some eraser. So I'm gonna use eraser. And big drying towel. Actually, I can do little drying towels. Still out there cutting some grass somewhere. No grass left to be cut, but they're cutting something. See how much better my grass looks out there? Get a little bit of yard mastery. Set my soil sample in. Got a 12-0 whatever, malagamite, whatever, Malorga tighties. This is what other people think when they're, when they watch me talking about cars. Like they could not care less, and they just start, what are you talking about? This eraser and built hamper and nonsense. Well, that's how I feel about yards. Just want the frickin' yard to look good. Yardmastery.com. Oil your soil sample kit. Get your Milorgamite and get it done. Man, what
Making that up,
is
is
that?
real?
No, that's a real deal, Mike. Stalactites, putting some stalactites on your. What is it? Spoon juice? I got spoon juice. You see my spoon juices out there? I got to put that on. I tried to tell Michelle, I'm like, you got to take some ownership of this place. How about you go put the frickin' spoon juice on? Do something around here. Yeah, get out there and put some spoon juice on. And then I got, there's something called water something or other. Water juice. It's like water resist or something like that. I don't know. It just told me to do it, so I'm doing it. This is what people should do with me. I tell you what to do, just do it. You're gonna get a great result. Alan Haynes says do it, I do it. All right, so I'm gonna finish drying this thing off with the eraser, and today it's a wrap today. I'm gonna pull it in the middle here and let it sit, and then start polishing it someday soon. I have a lot of work still to do on the drawers, but we'll be polishing in between. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, introduce you to my Arctic Gray, Deep Sea Blue interior, Visoc GT4 RS. I'm feeling good about it. This is gonna be fun. Thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. See you on the next one.